Okay, let me check if we are live. Okay, we are live and audio is good. So let's go. It's show time. Okay, so welcome to um, our market preps for Sundays. Okay. Um, and what we do is we break down charts and I'll talk about a bit about psychology, talk about a bit about fundamentals and risk management, and prepare for the new week. Basically, I show you guys how I prepare for the new week and such and such. First of all, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. You listen, since becoming a mother in 2022, I see life so differently. Yeah, it's a major sacrifice, I have to say. And now being a mother of two, that's a whole different ball game. But yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. You guys are awesome. And last Sunday, I did not do the live session because I wasn't home. I had a busy weekend last week. Last Sunday, I dedicated my son at church, so we had a get together afterwards and such. Anyways, we're here today. Last week was such a beautiful trading week. Oh my God, I wish I did market prep so you guys could have taken advantage of the moves, but I hope you did as well. Did anyways. I was able to catch GJ, GCAD, and Euro GBP last week. Yeah, so we should have some beautiful moves for this week as well. So let us go to the charts. Of course, I'm gonna take this down. It's too big. Okay. Okay, so the market just opened. So let's start with fundamentals. Fundamentals, what do we have for the week? Looking for the red folders. No red folder tomorrow. We have GBP on Tuesday, USD, CPI, GBP on Tuesday as well. Okay. It's not crazy regarding fundamentals for the week, so we should have some clean moves for the week, hopefully. So let's go to the charts. I want to start off with the indexes. So as you can see, I have a lot of drawings on my indexes because I actually look at them. The US dollar and the JPY index as well. I look at two of them because those are my top pairs that I actually trade. The dollar has come up to this level here, so I'm going to be watching it closely to see what the dollar pairs actually do. It could actually go short from this point, or it could just continue to the upside, so we'll be watching. And then for the Japan currency index, we are at a level of support, so it could break and retest to the downside to continue going down. And then GJ, EJ, they're going to continue to the upside, basically. Yeah, so let's go to the JPYs. Yeah, so this was the beautiful move I caught on GJ last week. I just filmed a breakdown for the trade so you guys can take advantage. So I'm just gonna delete this so you guys can learn from the move, of course. But let's see what we have for the new week. So last week's candle closed super bullish. We've been bullish for the last couple of weeks. Going to the daily time frame, we are bullish. We are sort of creating a higher high at this point on the daily time frame. So the question would now be, where should we wait for retracement to go long to join again if the opportunity presents itself? So I have this zone right here, right? We can see that it is a strong zone. Price has tested multiple times at this level. And you see that on Friday, price came exactly to the exact same place to test again. So you always have to have your zones marked out, right? But price could come back to the zone again to test, to continue going long, if it's going to continue going long. So it could either do that, or it could just continue as is, break, retest for continuation. Okay, that's what I'm waiting for on GJ. Let's move ahead. Euro GBP. See, this pair used to be my OG, but I don't know, lately it's just been acting funny. I don't know. I'll go to the weekly time frame. The weekly candle closed with a huge wick to the downside. The daily time frame is bullish, but it's still a bit messy. Like, bro, why'd you have to retrace like all the way to the bottom? All the way to the bottom, almost like, almost like going even lower and then just reverse. Like, come on, you're doing the most. Okay, so the 4-hour time frame, we see that it's a level of support that was actually a fake out. Okay, this is a classic fake out. I hope you guys actually know that. When you see a candle like this, you don't regard this as, a break and then you just like hopping on the breakout. Like, you're just going to get faked out so badly, like price just reversed. That's why I have to wait for break and retest before I actually get into a trade, right? But yeah, this was a clean fake out. This was basically a clean fake out. So moving on, next question is, where should we expect price to come down to in order to continue to the upside, right? That's the question. So we have a level here at this point. You can see a few touches, touch here, and this is a 4-hour time frame, right? Of course, you should label your zones. I always label my zones, but like these days, I just have it in my head. I already know what the zone is. I don't have to label it. But yeah, this is my 4-hour zone. I'm watching for price to come down here to continue to the upside. Oops. My line is a bit wonky. It's a bit wonky. Okay. I'm going to add an alert to see how that plays out. Okay. UJ is also reversing. You see why I like to look at the dollar index, because coincidentally UJ has also come to this an important level as well, right? Just like the dollar is as well. So I'm going to be watching closely to see if there will be an opportunity. But the last few weeks we have been bullish. Price basically bounced off of this previous support, and price basically used it as support and went back up to this level, to where it is right now. So moving forward, we could anticipate for price to continue to the upside. We have this previous, gonna take this away here. We have this previous zone down here. Price could do a steep retracement to continue to the upside. But I would rather take GJ and EJ than UJ personally. But yeah, we should be looking for price to come down to this level to now continue to the upside. If it does not do that, if it just continues to the upside, you just wait for a simple break, retest for continuation. Okay, that's simple. GCAD and CAD JPY I'm not loving, NJ I'm not loving either. So let's move ahead to UCHF. Oh, why do I keep pressing the button? Oh my god. Okay, weekly time frame. We had this huge bearish move after the whole tariff gist, and now price has basically been struggling, but it looks like it's trying to crawl its way back up, right? So you can see I have my daily / weekly zone drawn out at this level, down there or up there. So on the daily time frame, I would be waiting for a retracement to continue to the upside. So price could come back to this level of support to continue to the upside. However, if it does not do that, again, clean break and retest to continue to the upside. Simple. UCAD. I haven't taken UCAD in quite a few weeks. Weekly time frame actually closed bullish engulfing, which is an interesting indication. If you know what that means, you know, especially at this same level that I have been watching for weeks. Like when price came all the way down here at the end of March / beginning of April, I was waiting for this bullish candle to form, but it stayed until May, and now it's forming the bullish candle. But yeah, the last week candle closed bullish engulfing at an area of interest, which should raise a flag in your head, right? Daily time frame, after all of this like sideways movement for a period of time, it's now sort of breaking structure at this point, right? So I would be watching this pair closely. In fact, let me just move it to the top of the USD list, okay? We cannot be missing out on money making opportunities, if you know what I mean. But yeah, retracement or pullback for continuation. Let's go to the 4-hour. Yeah, so you can see that we have a clear break of structure on the 4-hour time frame. We have broken structure here. We have a little demand zone here. I would also be watching that, but I don't want to put the line there. I don't want the lines to be too many. So we could wait for price to come down to this level, or you see that this level actually aligns with a zone on the 4-hour time frame as well, right? This where you see this red horizontal line. So retracement, or pullback for continuation to up here, Okay, so we're going to be waiting for price action to print, because what we have right now is a break of structure. We need to wait for the retest. Okay. Okay, Euro USD looks interesting. I would actually like to go short on this pair because the weekly time frame, we've had back-to-back bearish candles on the weekly time frame. Daily time frame, we have a clear shift of structure. We were bullish, price failed to create a new high. Instead, it has now broken the previous level of support. So now we wait for a retest for continuation. And it totally makes sense because UCAD is going in the opposite direction, right? But yeah, we don't predict, we react, okay? This is what I'm seeing right now. So I'm just going to be waiting for price to come here. Give me an indication to go short. GU, I'm waiting for a clean break and retest of GU. I don't think I'm setting my alerts. I just have to watch the price closely. Okay, so on GU, you see that the last few weeks have been a bit exhausting, meaning that price is having a hard time creating a new high, right? You can call this a head and shoulders, this being the head and then the two shoulders. But then to confirm the clear shift of structure, we need a break, retest for continuation. Hence the crooked line I drew. Let's make it cleaner. Yeah. Break, retest for continuation. For our time frame, it totally makes sense on 4-hour time frame, right? We have price has broken structure, so retest. No, I need a clearer break actually. So if the next daily candle, or if Monday's daily candle closes bearish underneath the zone, that would be super nice. Then I wait for a 4-hour pullback plus indication to continue short. Okay. Set alerts. Let me set alert at this point. Did I set alert here? Yep. Here, yeah. Okay. Let me move this higher actually. Okay, so that was GU. You know what? This pair, I would want price to actually switch bearish at this point before it continues to go short or starts to go short. However, the weekly candle did not close engulfing, and the daily candle basically failed to go lower. So we have that option first. Then the other option would be a break of this zone up here, retest to continue going long. However, it's at the bottom of the list, so I'm not totally loving it. So let's go to some of my cross pairs. I'm just trying to rush through this because I'm exhausted. Yeah, so GCAD, I was in this trade and I closed it on Friday. The weekly candle closed engulfing. Daily candle or daily time frame, we have price basically going to the upside, right? We have a level of support here. Price came all the way down here and used the zone as support again, and now it's going to the upside. Going to the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, so I got in on this trade somewhere here, and I took profits yesterday. Right now we have a level of demand, right? That price looks like it already rejected, but let's see if it comes down here again. If it does that, then we can wait for a confirmation and get in for a long position, targeting previous highs basically. Okay, Euro GBP, a clean move for last week. So for this week, let me just take this away as well. So it's interesting that price has actually come down to a weekly area of interest that I have had for a while, right? So I'll be watching closely to see how it plays out in this zone. If price is going to go long, we'll wait for some form of indication, but I'm not just going to wait for one 4-hour candle. I'll wait for more price action, just because we have a lot of super bearish immediate movements going on, so you don't want to counter that without clear indication. Okay, which other one am I watching? Yeah, this pair, what's the name? GBP AUD. So on GBP AUD, the weekly candle did close bullish. However, it went into the area of interest that I have had for a while, right? So because this is going to be a clean break and retest, almost looking like the Euro GBP trade that I took last week. So I'm watching here to see what price actually does. If I get a nice engulfing daily candle for tomorrow, then I would go short on this pair. So I'm going to set my alert somewhere here to see if price is going to come back into the zone. Then I'll be watching it closely. I'm going to move it up the list and flag it. Okay. So that's just a quick rundown of the pairs that I'm watching for the week. For this week, I'll be upping my risk, right, to 20% per trade. Because as a trader, it's also important to note that, you know, as time goes on, you have to like increase your risk. You have to get out of your comfort zone so that you can grow, right? So I'm going to up in my risk back to 20%, and then subsequently, as the year goes along, I'll get it back up to 30%, of course. And then for psychology, I'm actually going into, or I started doing a lot of personal development lately. And let me just increase this. Yeah, I started doing a lot of personal development lately, which is helping my trading psychology. I'm reading a book, and I don't know the name of the book, but it's a really good book. And the first chapter talks about belief, and I'm currently in the second chapter. So basically, believing in yourself, believing in your strategy, believing that you actually have what it takes to achieve the goals that you have set for yourself is super important. And also believing actually helps your mind create opportunities for your goals to come to pass, right? So that is one thing I'm big on right now. I have a goal I have set for myself for this month. I'm hoping to achieve that goal so I can actually share with you guys, and it's actually regarding my trading. So yeah, so that's what I'm working on right now. However, I'm going to go back into reading some of my trading books that I read last year. I'm just going to go back to reading them just to sort of refresh my memory, because just as we do our technical analysis on a daily basis, we have to also, take care of our psychology as well, right? Because if you're only focused on technicals, your psychology is just going to go down the drain, right? So you have to keep it intact at all times. So I hope that was super clear, straight to the point. I hope you guys stayed safe. Let me just check if there's any comments on the page. Hi, Bright Ola. I hope you're doing great. I did do the breakdown on GJ, so I hope you watched that, or I hope you understood the breakdown basically. But with that being said, I don't want to stay too long because I have babies to take care of. Of course. So I'll see you guys next Sunday. I actually have a video I just uploaded on the GJ and Euro GBP trade that I took last week. So it's gonna break down, give you guys the full gist, the full breakdown, okay? Entry confirmation and everything you need. It's going to be out tomorrow morning at 9:15 a.m. Eastern time. So watch that and take full advantage. Oh my god, this thing over talking. Yeah, it is. Okay, anyways, I'll see you guys next week, and trade safe, use risk management, okay?